Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Give a quick little shout out to these guys, Vegan Vibes. So it's Vegan Supply Co. Thank you so much for the tank. It's looking good. I like the black and the gold. Cheers. Guys, I wanted to check in with you and give you like a background video for all the new people that have joined. It's been a long time since I've done a bit of a background and where I've come from to where I am now. Obviously you see me traveling through Asia, through Israel. I'm going to be going to Europe soon, and sort of how I got to this part in my life. I put out a few Instagram posts that talked about that, not in specific detail, but just gave you an overview, so hopefully some of you could have used that knowledge and sort of applied it to your own life. But other people had asked to have something in a bit more detail, so I'll give you a bit of a brief detail of how I got to where I am now. And if you've got any other questions, obviously hit me up in the comments below. You can get me on Snapchat, Instagram and Facebook, obviously Tumblr as well, you can chuck that in there. And I'm also considering doing a live show broadcast on YouTube, but also Periscope. I gave that a go, I think it was December of 2015, so about 5 months ago, but we had a few problems with the Periscope app and it's just not complying too well with the amount of people joining and just the streaming. And anyway, I'm thinking about giving that a go again, or jumping onto the YouTube and doing the live videos there. So if you like the sound of that, let me know in the comments below as well. Hit the like button down below, and let's get started on where I've come from and where I am now. So where this video started from was an Instagram post. I'll pop it up. And I mentioned in that about working hard. Everyone thinks being a digital nomad is just so easy. You see a lot of it through Instagram and Facebook and all the other social media platforms where people are just pumping out how to make 6 figures in 12 months and you can be a multimillionaire in no time and that sort of shit. And I had mentioned in the post that to get to where I am now, it's taken at least like 10 years, and even then you're in it, but you don't really know that you're in it, and you're sort of figuring shit out as you go. And people are like, it's sort of like overview advice, but how did you do it? How did you get to where you are? How did you, break free of the shackles of the 9-to-5 grind, and even the mindset once you've broken free of the grind, how to get away from that? And I just want to tell you, those things are still there to a degree, but over time they become less and less as you implement new ways of doing things into your life. Now I know that's a little bit broad, but it's really going to be specific on how you treat your own journey, like how you move from your grind into your digital nomad lifestyles. Let me jump back to my high school years, and that was around 15 years ago. I'm 30 now, so you start at high school when you're a teenager. And when I got my first job, so in Australia we can get our first jobs when we're a teenager, around 14 years old, 15 years old. I got jobs then. I was just cranking away. I was saving money throughout my childhood. Whatever money I picked up would go into my bank. So even as a kid, I was saving money. So that's sort of like the mindset that I was brought up on. There's some good points to it, there's some bad points to it. Whatever it is, it's where I am now. That's how I got to where I am now. So this also ties into how to be a digital nomad, how I'm traveling, all the rest of it that's tied into this journey. So as a teenager, I was working irregular jobs, the pizza shop. Actually, in a previous video I talked about I worked in a butcher's shop, cleaning a butcher shop as a teenager. Obviously I haven't been vegan my whole life, so I was in a butcher shop at that point. Basically, they were the grind jobs. So I was working that hourly wage, saving that money, saving as much as I could. I was spending on some things that I really liked, so I would save up for things like a TV or a stereo, like this sort of shit that you would buy as a teenager. I also saved up for a car, so I was still buying like the things to get me further in life. I knew at an early age that I wanted to own a property, so I wanted to buy property as well. So from knowing that, I saved up as much as I could throughout those years, knowing that the market's it was moving at that time. It was meaning the property market, things were going up really quickly, and it was like, oh, shit, if I can't get in now, I'm never going to be able to get in. That is another story on its own. Don't ever worry about that, because the markets will always come back and there will always be an affordable time. So don't ever get swept up into that commotion when things go haywire. Back to the story, I wanted to buy a property. I thought that was the way you got rich. You had to buy properties to get rich. I didn't want to work for the man much longer. I was really getting sick of it. So as I said, teenage years, I'm getting into my later teenage years, like 18, 19, I'm out of school. I didn't want to do university. It just didn't work out for me so well. I've got another video on that as well. You can check that out. It's about, why not to go to university. And from there, I just wanted to save more money. So I was saving money. I was learning about property. I was working in the property field. So you can see how these things start to tie together. So start to get an image of where you want to go in life. You've got to start pursuing those avenues. I was in a property management position, so it's looking after rentals. I wasn't in the sales side, purely into the rentals. And that's when I bought my first property. I was working in that market, so that part of Brisbane. I was earning money, not much at all, like next to nothing. And yeah, I saved money from my childhood, from my teenage years, from my job. So I'd saved up all that cash and I made the choice to buy a property. That was with my ex at the time. So we bought our first apartment back then in Brisbane. From that, it led on to buying other properties. So I was really heavily focused, felt like I was focused in the property world, but little did I know, I didn't know that much about the industry. And one of the properties didn't go too well. The other property did quite well. So it had come from grinding away for those 20 years beforehand of saving money, of saving birthday money, of saving Christmas money, of saving money wherever I could get money from going into my bank account. So really, as I said, it's 10 years. It's been like a full 30 years. You know, you got to use the experience that you've grown up on to get to where you want to go. So don't think that if you're 30 years old now, if you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old, whatever, don't think you've wasted those years. You've got to use that experience that you've grown up with, that you've gone through, to better your position of where you are now. So I know I keep deviating from the story, but basically it's come from the hard grind, the savings, knowing what I wanted to do. I made that choice to purchase property because I believe that was the best way forward for me to get more income, to get more cash, so that I didn't have to work for someone else. I thought that was the way out. The years went on, that didn't happen so well as I would have liked it to. Things didn't go as well with property. They weren't super bad, but you know, it just wasn't pushing along fast enough. I guess is what I had saw in advertisements. You know, you see people, all you have to do is buy property, you get rich, you get income from the rent, and that's the end of the story. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it and everyone would be living a digital nomad lifestyle or living a life where they didn't have to go to the grind. So trust me, it's not that easy, but you can do it. You put your head to it and you put the grind to it, you put the work to it, you can do it. And along the way, you learn a lot. Other parts are fun, other parts are a shit fight, but you get through it. So that had been the first part. You know, I'd learned that I needed to work hard. I needed to work to save some money in order to do something else with it. So I'm going through this mindset of money, I can buy stuff, but I'm not getting enough return from this stuff. It's not getting me to my goal fast enough, which led me on to other avenues of earning more money from my job. So I was still trading my hours for more income, but I had upped my level of income for my hours. So I felt like I was getting ahead a bit more. So if you're watching this from teenage years or you're in university and you're thinking, how is that going to apply to me? Like, I can't do that. I have to get a job and I have to do blah, 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 blah. For me and my views is going to uni for particular things that you may not be entirely interested in. And if your head is somewhere else, like you don't want to be working for the man later on, then it is in my view that you should stop doing those things. Universities, not everyone, it's not for everyone, definitely not. But you should stop doing those things and pursue other jobs, other work environments, other entrepreneurial endeavors that suit you, so that you can learn from yourself and learn the things that you like to do, and at the same time make money. Almost eventually pulls you out of the grind, so you're doing the things that you love. That's how, coming from a younger age, you can apply that knowledge to you guys. You need to be doing the things that you love, and if you feel university is not for you, get out of university. You need to go and do the things you love. As I said, I was earning a higher wage, which allowed me to be able to purchase more properties. And at this stage, I still wasn't getting the picture that this wasn't the best solution for me. So you have to go through a few hardships, and you have to go through that to, I guess, figure out where exactly it is you want to go in life and what things are meaningful for you. I've been working on getting my income higher so that I could have more money behind me, but eventually, jumping forward a couple of steps, I just didn't want to do that anymore. My life, my true passions got the better of me, and it told me I don't want to be grinding away to be jumping on board and buying more properties in the hope somewhere in the future that the rental return will be enough to support my lifestyle. What I had to do then was to make a decision of staying where I was, trying to grind away at it, or jumping out and into, I guess, what this is here, you know, a digital nomad lifestyle. And you just got to find your way, and you got to grind away at those things. So from those years of savings and the money that I had accumulated, that had given me enough buffer and enough investment money that I can keep my lifestyle going while I pursue the things I love in life. Like, I love talking to you guys, I love going out traveling, I love exploring different parts of the world and looking for other places to visit, looking for other people to connect with, and just building that community of like-minded people and people that really want to get out of the grind and are sick of listening to the same nonsense that they've been told their whole life. That is my passion, and that is what I am pursuing now with those 30 years of hard work and knowledge and experience that I can now share with you guys. So if I can just sum that up, basically, I'm pretty sure I've said it several times for this, so if you haven't got the message, I don't know. You've got to pursue what you love. It's going to be some hard work. You've got to decide and then go with those actions. You have to decide what it is you want to do and then put some steps into place to get those things that you want to get in life. If you're finding this a bit vague, really what I'm trying to say here is you have to go and do the things that you love. You have to just get out and do it, because you're not going to be able to follow my story. My story is not going to relate to you entirely. It may relate to you in bits and pieces, but I'm trying to stress to you that you have to get out there and do the things you love, because that is the only option you have to get the things you want in life. Sitting behind a desk job 9 to 5, sitting behind university desks, if you're really not into it, that's not going to get you to the place that you want. So if you're seeing this lifestyle that I'm living, that Henya's living, or other digital nomads are living, and that's what you want, you have to go and pursue those things. So I think I've gone over that several times, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I've gone over that several times. If you like the sound of that, let me know down below. If you want more information, if I can help you out in other ways, if you think I've missed something and I can help you out, let me know down below. You've got the comments. I would love to talk with you about that. And as I said, I'm thinking about putting on those free Periscope sessions or live YouTube sessions. We can hang out in this space and you can ask me questions, and hopefully I can answer those for you in real time. That would be really cool. So yeah, let me know if you like the sound of that. Hit me down below. Guys, I'll see you at the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Much love to you all. And as always, remember, until next time, if you cut carbs, you cut life.